All right, what is going on, you guys? Brian back here with another recap video. This one for tonight's episode of SmackDown. Of course, the news going around, the huge news being reported on, has to do with Roman Reigns and him being out of WrestleMania this year. Um, the details have been swirling online, having to do with his with the coronavirus pandemic going around and his immune system being compromised, uh, and basically that is one of the groups of people that are going to could be affected by this coronavirus pandemic. People with compromised immune systems, a bunch of other stuff like asthma, diabetes, cancer treatments, people that have undergone cancer treatments, compromised or weakened immune systems, just to name a few. Those are the people that are more at risk of getting this COVID-19. So, and plus, apparently, the Usos were unhappy about the fact that Miz was in Orlando at the tapings for SmackDown and, as well as WrestleMania. However, he was sick, apparently, and had been sent home. And this made the Usos unhappy, according to reports. And that is what, plus a bunch of other stuff as far as this COVID-19 pandemic, made Roman Reigns go to management and say that he did not want to be a part. He was wanting to be pulled out, or he was pulling out of this year's WrestleMania. Of course, the big match for Roman Reigns was he was going to challenge Goldberg for the Universal Championship. However, also as reported by Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, according to reports that Braun Strowman is going to be Roman's replacement, and he took on Goldberg for the Universal title. So that is huge news. Of course, there have been some others that have been pulled from the WrestleMania card this year. Miz being one of them, according to reports as well. John Morrison will be facing one of the Usos in a ladder match. Of course, it was supposed to be Miz and John Morrison defending their SmackDown tag titles against the winner of tonight's number one contender match between the Usos and the New Day. However, it does not say which Uso will be facing John Morrison in a ladder match, or whether or not the tag titles would be on the line or something like that. We'll have to wait and see. Dana Brooke was pulled from this year's WrestleMania. She was supposed to be involved in that SmackDown Women's title six-pack elimination match. It is now a fatal five-way elimination match for the SmackDown Women's title. Andrade apparently suffered some kind of injury on Raw. He's out, and he'll be replaced. He was replaced by a NXT superstar. I believe it was Austin Theory. I believe they said it was that it was going to be replacing Andrade with Angel Garza to take on the Street Profits for the Raw tag titles. Bunch of other stuff. So obviously this was basically a lot of people were saying, well, maybe they should just postpone it. And what are they going to do? Wait till the last minute and then say, oh no, we're not gonna air the footage that we've already pre-taped. Basically, WrestleMania is going to be happening. It was apparently Vince McMahon's idea to move forward with it, even though there had been talk online that a lot of superstars were showing concerns having it being postponed. So it is what it is. So obviously, like I said, a lot of news coming out of today. Now, going into SmackDown tonight, these, of course, were pre-taped, or this episode was pre-taped in advance. We started off the show with a Bayley Sasha Banks, Lacey Evans, Naomi, Tamina segment. All 5 women are going to be involved in that fatal 5-way elimination match for Bayley's SmackDown Women's title. It would end up with Tamina going after Naomi and Lacey Evans, then Bayley and Sasha going after Naomi, and when they ran into Tamina, they backed off and left. So that was pretty much it for that. Drew Gulak, who had a lot of pressure on him, defeated Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, what that means is Sami Zayn will have to defend his Intercontinental Championship against Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. We had a Dolph Ziggler Otis backstage segment, which would lead to a match between Ziggler and Otis booked for WrestleMania. Ziggler will have Mandy Rose in his corner, apparently. We had an Elias segment where he was singing about King Corbin. These two have been going at it for weeks upon weeks. After Elias got done singing, King Corbin would attack him and basically would hit him with the scepter one time, knocking him over the rail of like a platform thing they had where he was at, and then would hit him again and knocking him straight to the floor below, to the point where officials had to call for medical help for Elias. Of course, these two are supposed to battle it out at WrestleMania in a match that was suggested by the WrestleMania host, Rob Gronkowski. We had Alexa Bliss going one-on-one with Asuka. Alexa, of course, looking to make a name for her and Nikki Cross, as far as, or I should say, a claim for her and Nikki to become #1 contenders to the Women's Tag Team Championships, currently held by the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. So Alexa Bliss picked up the win in this one. Nikki Cross was on commentary. Very funny on commentary, the way she was like, cheering for Alexa, trying to get Michael Cole to cheer for Alexa. It was pretty funny. So maybe not as funny as when Asuka was on commentary on Raw, I think about a week or so ago. They showed a clip of Roman Reigns versus Triple H from WrestleMania 32, where Roman became WWE World Champion. We had a Firefly Funhouse segment with Bray Wyatt, where he was like making like this special drink in a blender. He needed so many ingredients, like rage and resentment, and then something else, and something else. And Ramblin' Rabbit wanted Bray to put a carrot so that he could see John Cena. Bray took the carrot, threw it to the side, and took poor Ramblin' Rabbit and threw him in the blender and blended everything together. I tell you, Ramblin' Rabbit surviving a lot of things going on in that Firefly Funhouse. I'm telling you. I mean, I know they're puppets and stuff like that, but the thing about it is, he's been surviving a lot. I mean, and they bring him back somehow. So then Bray challenged John Cena to a Firefly Funhouse match at WrestleMania, where The Fiend will face John Cena. They then announced that next week John Cena will be on SmackDown to respond to that challenge for a Firefly Funhouse match at WrestleMania. They then had a backstage segment, a little bit of a backstage segment, where Dolph Ziggler was talking to Sonya Deville, but then Mandy Rose would interrupt and say that she wanted to talk to Dolph alone, and she didn't want Dolph and Otis to fight, and with her being like the prize or whatever. And Dolph was like, no, once I beat Otis, and that'll put him behind us and stuff like that. So obviously building more fire, or adding more fire to an already hot feud between Ziggler, Otis, or Dolph Ziggler and Otis, and as well as Mandy Rose. Then in the main event, it was the New Day taking on the Usos. The winning team would face Miz and John Morrison at WrestleMania for the SmackDown Tag Titles. I already told you what was going to be happening at WrestleMania. Um, Good match. Miz and John Morrison were on commentary. Of course, like in all number one contender matches, whenever there's a champion sitting at commentary, they always get involved and beat up both challengers. That's exactly what happened here. Then Michael Cole would get on the mic and say, "I don't mean to interrupt, but you guys will not be facing either the Usos or the New Day, but you'll be facing both of them at WrestleMania in a triple threat tag team ladder match for the SmackDown tag titles." So that was pretty much it for SmackDown. Nothing really special here. It was just like it's always been. No fans, Performance Center, all that stuff. Not really exciting. So, with that being said, this has been my SmackDown recap for this week's episode. As always, I am Brian, and thank you for watching.